All right, JJ, style points not required when you're trying to undo so much as what have been done, early on in seasons. Yeah. What do you take away from this win if you're the Cincinnati Bengals?
Well, you finally win in September. You win at the start of the year, right? Zach Taylor coming into this as a head coach, 1-11 in his first 2 games of a season. And so, yeah, it was ugly. And maybe if the Cleveland Browns had a kicker who could make an extra point or a 36-yard field goal, right? That's a swing of 4 points that they could have had. In fact, right before, the Browns shouldn't have even had a chance right there. There shouldn't have even been the interception because the Bengals should have been able to run out the clock, get a first down, and end the game. So still a number of errors. Yes, you're 1-0 on the board, and you're happy about that. Yeah. But the way this game ended, you don't feel good about it if you're the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah. Well, most importantly for Cincinnati, they won. It was an ugly game, but this is what you expect when you see Cleveland and Cincy face off.
Sure.
And this has been the calling card for the Cleveland Browns. They're like the cardiac kids when they're playing against AFC North opponents, especially in the month of September. They find ways to make games extremely dicey, and they will have you biting your nails late in the fourth quarter. But one bright spot for the Cincinnati Bengals, yes, it was a 1-point victory, but the defense made plays, right? Yes, they went against Joe Flacco. I understand, but they needed something positive to happen in their favor. And this could be a jump start in moving forward because I don't expect Joe Burrow to have the struggles that we saw today. I don't expect Joe Burrow to be harassed by Myles Garrett week in and week out. That's not going to happen. Jamar Chase is going to show up to the party. T. Higgins is going to show up to the party. Chase Brown is going to show up to the party. But they didn't have the party like they wanted to have, but they still found a way to celebrate.
Did you overlap with Flacco?
Yes. Flacco's been playing since '97.
That's how long it's been. Pat, it's a good point about the defense, though. So many questions. We're saying the Bengals are going to have to score 40 points a game to walk away with wins this year. What do you take away from the defensive performance?
Definitely pleased to see the defense come out of this game with the performance that they did today. Don't know the numbers on the third down conversions initially right now, but for the most part, when you're able to win on the defensive side of the ball, you're able to build confidence.
Yeah.
And now with Joe Burrow, we know the weapons that they have on the offensive side of the ball. Now those guys are just going to have to kick it in the first gear. And they did something that they haven't done in a while, win in week 1. Yeah. You know, so if these guys can get the ball rolling, get back into the groove that they was in last year, and the defense can play like they did how they played today, maybe the Cincinnati Bengals will get back to the top.
And technically, the defense won the ball game.
Yeah.
Right? The interception early on, but the game-winning interception that led to them kneeling out the football game was a huge play for them.
Because if I tell you that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to have a game where Joe Burrow has 113 passing yards and that Jamar Chase will have 2 catches for 26 yards.
It should be a loss.
It should be a loss.
Hands down.
No disrespect to Joe Flacco, second oldest quarterback in the NFL.